Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space. And as always, I hope that you enjoy The Human Assassin, written by SinchiDev. Clean. That's how I would describe it. No big wounds, just a few drops of blood. New races are always welcome to the galactic community, but for us, law enforcers, it also means new ways to commit crimes. And humans, I shudder to think how their more dangerous cities are. Crimes in the intergalactic community were usually simple. A murder with a small claw meant the murderer was a tushkal. A murder with a big bite was a stukka as a murderer. But humans were different. They'd kill you with the poison of a Kermain and escape while you were trying to find the Kermain. They'd kill you with a rock to the head, simulating a hit of the Naxius, leaving you wondering why a peaceful Naxius would kill anyone. It would be even easier if my race was the culprit. Our voice changes with our emotions. Just ask if we're the murderer. Hearing a guilty voice say, "No, I would never kill someone," must be the easiest day of law enforcement. But the worst murderers would be the ones when the humans used their preferred weapons. A simple gun with a silencer. Almost untraceable, but unequivocally human. This was done to send a message. I have enough money to hire a human, don't come looking for me. This usually meant that we as law enforcement usually just wander around the crime scene, doing nothing, too afraid to actually find something, and then leave. Thankfully, humans had experience with human cities. Obviously, duh. And their governments really wanted to leave a good impression on other species, so they'd invite law enforcement officers of other species to teach forensics. An entire career taking 5 standard solar cycles to complete. But whoever completed it would usually receive a promotion and a higher salary from their own government. Obviously, I signed up, and achieving a grading of 536 out of 1,000, I was the best of the Xeno class from 25E869. Still, this was my first murder committed by a human, and I had to be careful. So I called the chief. "Chief, I've arrived at the crime scene. Now, it's probably a human murderer. What are your instructions?" A bit of static is heard for the moment. "Instructions? Oh, right, could it hurt to leave it there?" "Chief, please, I can't do that. We can't do that." Okay, give me a moment. I think I can improve your situation." He hangs. I've never heard the chief's nervous voice, but I'm not surprised. A human murderer is something that could make anyone nervous. A few moments pass, and I'm about to call him again, and I hear him again. Still, it is his nervous voice. "Naslo, I'm here, Chief. Well, I found you some help. The human law enforcement agent is nearby. If anything, she would be of great help." Okay, Chief. I get that's okay. Sure. Is the human gonna be here on time?" "Yes, she's already on her way. Wait for her. Let me see how she is so I can identify her. Okay. She is. She has white skin, red short fur on her head, and green color in her eyes. Rare, even for humans. Well, it'll be easy to spot anyways. Now, don't do anything without her permission. Understood? But no buts. She's doing us a favor. Don't move a finger without her permission. And please, don't touch anything before she arrives. Understood?" "Yes, sir." "Now, her name is Natasha. Treat her politely, and don't call me. I'm going to be busy making a few calls to pay this favor. Do not call me. Understood?" "Yes, sir." He sounds angry, but his nervous voice can still be heard. I don't like the idea of being babysitted by a human, but if that's the chief's condition that allowed me to catch a human, I'll tolerate it. A few moments pass until she arrives, but there she is, just as the chief described her. She seems to be a bit shorter than me. She looks a bit agitated. Did she run to get you? She also looks dangerous. I've been on human crime scenes. Maybe it's just my imagination. And her uniform looks a size bigger than it should be for her. Is she really capable of forensics? "Officer Natasha, over here." "Good, Cycle Officer Naslo." Okay, now she's here. Her voice sounds familiar. Maybe I've heard her back in forensics class. We get in, and I show her the crime scene. "Let me guess, you are not okay with being babysitted by a human, are you?" She takes me by surprise, but she's smiling. "Not really. I wanted to prove that I could do it without help. Okay, let's do this, she says as she puts plastic protection on her shoes and some plastic gloves. You do what you wanted to do, and if you miss anything or are about to mess something up, I'll interfere. Is that okay for you? I mean, disregard the procedure. Just bend it a little. I'm not too fond of it. I'm starting to like this Natasha. She seems like a good person. Sure. She hands me plastic protection for my shoes and gloves. I'm glad humans have 5 fingers too, otherwise this could have been uncomfortable. And I begin. I pick up 3 screws near the body. This is weird. Why are there screws here? Natasha reads my expression correctly. What's wrong? These screws! Why are they here? There are no marks of these in this body. Her eyes dart directly above the vent, enough for a human, just 1 screw holding it. Humans sure are something else. No wonder it only says only human can hunt another human. Did you take human forensics? I did. 536 out of 1,000 grading, I say proudly. She looks disappointed. Did you hear anything before arriving here? No, I didn't. I think you just missed the culprit. My jaw drops. This is the way in, not that way out. The culprit had another exit. Why are you not taking notes? My hand flies to my notes, and I write, Human didn't escape through vents. I show her my note. She seems pleased. Good. Short and clear. Do you think the murderer was scared by me? She takes her time before answering. Probably. Must be a beginner. These situations can be easily handled by a more skilled assassin. This also means that this assassin might come back to clean up. You were lucky that the chief sent me here. Yes, I am finally. After fine bad luck, some good luck. It was about time too. I was able to scare a human assassin. This will do wonders for my self-esteem. And it's a beginner assassin. We might have a real chance of capturing it. Maybe we should just leave this case. What did she say? Think about it, Naslo. There's a target on your back. A human assassin won't let you go. I don't intend to do that. I'm a law enforcement officer, and I fulfill my duties to the bitter end. I kneel over the body again and keep on investigating. She stands and closes the evidence case. You should forget about this. I won't. You can leave now. I don't care how lucky I am that a human law enforcement was near exactly when we needed it to. I'm a fool. After seeing it in class and holding one way back in forensic school, having a human weapon pointed directly at my back while leaning over the victim of said weapon is a totally different experience. Shame. Bang! Even with a silencer, human weapons really are noisy. Humans say that when you're about to die, you live all your life again. I focused on what happened when I arrived here. I arrived. She went through the event. She posed as a law enforcement agent, answered the chief's distress call, tricked him, and came to here to clean up. She told me to do things the way I wanted because she didn't know the procedure. Wanted me to write that she didn't escape through the vent to throw off the investigation and tried to stop me from investigating. But she truly is a beginner. An experienced assassin would have known that she shot my kidney, not my heart. I can hear her closing the case and going for the door. I should wait until she's out to call the chief and warn him, but I don't know how long I have until I pass out. She must think I'm dead. She's not looking at me. I reach for my communicator. I know he told me not to call him, but this is an emergency. I use all the energy I have left. Chief! It's Natasha! She's the assassin! She's wearing our uniform! She's here in the crime scene! Send all units! Chief! It's Natasha! She's the assassin! She's wearing our uniform! She's here in the crime scene! Send all units! What? Why did I hear myself twice? Why did I hear myself from the door? I really am a fool. Humans say that when you're about to die, you live all of your life again. I focused on what happened when I arrived. She went through the vent. She went to the station and killed the chief, took his communicator to wait for the fool reporting the crime scene, cut the call to find my name, created a plan to trick me, called me again to place herself here, used the chief's uniform, came here to clean up, told me to do things the way I wanted because she didn't know the procedure, wanted me to write that she'd escaped through the vent to throw off the investigation, and tried to stop me from investigating. She turns around. You deserved more than a 536 out of 1,000 grade. You really are talented. You should have listened to what I told you to stop. She points the gun at my head, and there are no mistakes now. She's going for my brain. I'm too weak to reach for my own gun. Goodbye, Nasla. Goodbye, Natasha. Bang. End of the story. This is a special thank you to the one, the only, the legendary Eric Hino, who has become the only Tier 6 patron. I just want to thank the T5 patrons and channel members. Bob the Dragon, Cam Maxwell, Casper Arnholtz, Estrella the Dreamer, Tryagain95, Fudic Yol, Meridian117, Alithia, Jordan Bucksbaum, Angry Marine, Albard and Gusta, and Barkey. Thank you very much. And that, my friends, concludes this video. I hope that you enjoyed. There are links down below, both to support this channel and for the author of this fiction. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic one, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.